Yeah, we streaming.
We streaming.
It's gonna be a countdown. Countdown's on. Yeah, we're just waiting, guys. We're waiting for people to get in here before we talk about this mess.
That's right. This
5 minutes. Are we really gonna give it 5 minutes? Yeah, I guess. Let's have some people come in. I don't know. Yeah, we'll be going live soon,
thought
guys.
would have already been there with bated breath. Wait.
Baited. Bated breath. Oh, I can't wait to talk a little bit about this, though. It's really, I can't wait. You gotta be kidding me.
When's that subspecies movie come out? Did they even make it yet?
Ted, do you really think I'm gonna care at all about that?
I'll tell you what, it sure sounds good on paper.
Yeah, Blade. Well, I'll save that talk for once we go live here.
All right.
Let me see. Are we live? We should be live. Are we live? I started streaming. Are we live, guys? Type in the chat.
Suicide.
Type in the chat if we're live. Ted, why ain't this coming up? Do I got the wrong stream key? What's going on here? Playback 3. No, there's somebody there. Yeah, okay. Hi, Dina. Hey, Dave, can you hear us okay? I mean, I know we got the countdown going on, but am I live? We are live, right? Oh, jeez. What the heck? So, yeah, Dave. Ed, hi, Dino. Hey, Ted. Give a little... Okay, so people coming in. So you guys can hear us, right? You can hear me? Just letting some people get in here. Hey, Ed Stewart. Hey, Dave Plouffe. What's going on, man?
All right, the usual busload of freaks.
Yeah, Sean. Okay, good. He hears us. I don't know. It's not coming up live on my... Oh, maybe... Here. Maybe it'll come up here. Let me see.
You're supposed to be prepared at 9 o'clock.
No, I'm prepared. I'm just wondering why the heck... Here, let me check my channel on here. We'll be going live in a minute. Dan the man! Loud and clear, Dino. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we are live. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a newer movie, guys. Bob Gable, what is going on? 2 minutes and 30 seconds, giving some time for people to get in here. We are going to talk, and you know what? This movie sucked so bad, and I'll be talking about it, guys, that questions. If you guys want to chime in here and stuff like that, feel free to, but I'm going to give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll start talking about this masterpiece of a movie.
My God.
Well, yeah, Ted, I'm telling you, man.
I get so disappointed, man.
Well, when it comes to our full moon, man, our fantastic.
Used to be.
I know. We'll talk about it. There's a big point I want to make about what you were just going to say. I know what you were going to say.
And Friday nights used to be the shit, man. You go
yeah.
rent a full moon tape and get you some Taco Bell and call it a day.
Exactly. Dave Plouffe says, and that is Mr. Frank to you, Ted. LOL. Oh, my Lord. Yeah,
hey,
I should have
noticed, man, what the show? I got a new tank top.
Oh, holy hell. Ted's got a new tank top.
The Superman one. My wife made me purchase a new one.
I think that's awesome that now we got one that'll be around for the next 20 years.
You can all watch this one disintegrate before you're out
yeah. If we're around on this platform, which I doubt it, many years from now like that. Who knows, maybe. But
it's TV
yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
Don't watch TV shows. They watch this crap.
Oh my Lord. 50 seconds and we'll get things going.
And how many people did we gain in those few minutes we were in?
Yeah, Bob Gable says do like 5 minutes and then talk about what is really good. Yeah, no. I think 5 minutes we can sum up this Blade movie here, but
it's the whole hour about it.
No. Oh my God. The pressure of even trying to... No, this... you know what? There's no pressure. There's no nothing. Oh, 1918. Oh, it's the New Year's coming up. Is that going to be a happy New Year?
This year's going to be
13-10.
just like last year. It's just going to suck ass too.
Oh, geez. Okay, here the countdown is done already. Okay, let me, guys. What? Let me start the intro.
Now I got to wait through that.
Is it just me?
We both agreed on this,
Or
Dan.
is it getting crazier out there?
He's like, who picked? Hey, welcome to Late Horror Show. What is going on? Oh my God, what is going on, everybody? Everybody in the chat. We did a little 5-minute thing to let people get in here, but it didn't help too well. I think people are waiting on Vincent Price live stream tonight overnight. But yeah, we got Ed
I'd rather
Stewart.
hear Vincent Price than see us.
I'm telling you.
I don't think a single one of them.
We're going to have some fun here talking about this movie. Ed Stewart in the chat, Bob Gable, Dan the Man, what is going on, Dave Plouffe, Sean, everybody in the chat, welcome. This is the Late Horror Show where we talk movies.
Anybody's in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Where we talk movies, reviews, vlog style, whatever. And to sum this movie up, Blade, The Iron Cross, 2020. This was a new movie made by Full Moon Entertainment.
The Deadly 10, right?
The Deadly 10.
Something to get us Full Moon fans all excited by bringing back a few beloved franchises and some new films.
And what they ended up doing, I think, with this movie, which is utterly the worst movie I think I've ever seen in my life. Get ready for questions, guys, in the chat.
Statement, man, but
well, get ready for questions in the chat.
Neon Maniacs.
No, hell no. Oh, Neon Maniacs was good. Well, see, that's the thing with this Blade: The Iron Cross.
Make no mistake, I'm just an apologist for this franchise, I guess, but it was bad.
No. Hey, I get it. Well, I'm an apologist for Full Moon Entertainment. I'm a big fan of, I guess you could say 2000 and earlier.
And yet, it's not the worst one in the series.
Which one do you think's the worst?
Oh, The Legacy. Everybody would say Puppet Master the Lick, because all that is clips from the other movies with tiny little new bits in between.
Yeah. Really
off of a movie, so that one's always bottom of the list.
Yeah, well, this though, Ted, this movie, Blade: The Iron Cross,
by Blade.
the only thing really good about this, if there's anything to come out of this, was Tanya Fox.
Not saying,
man, is she a looker. But anyways, and it was a couple scenes, that's for sure. But the movie in general, man, was... it stumps me every time when a movie like this comes along, and it's literally, to me, the worst movie I've ever seen, man. From... The sound was terrible. I could have done a better job.
Not at Gosford Park.
Well, we did, and that was pretty bad, but... Love Full Moon, says Ed Stewart. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
And on this channel, we've covered it all from the 80s, 90s, and I think that's
Full Moon movies.
Yeah, and I think those are the gems. Those are the gems.
Else,
yes, and I think what they did when they brought this Deadly 10 thing, they're like, we're going to whip out 10 movies over the span of whatever they said, a year. I don't know.
A year.
Yeah, film.
They were all supposed to drop at the same time, and then the world got broke for a while.
The world got broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were all. I think what happened was he didn't have enough money, and he just spread it around to all these films, and they're all probably. You got your B movies, which is what they're, famous for, and making a buck off of them, but. This, I think, made them go even one step lower to like a C-grade movie, and Oh my! You don't think? I mean,
Oh,
everything.
I'm surprised they still are around. Bless them for all they do. Bless Charles.
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
it. They're still around. I mean, who else is still? Full Moon is sort of like Hammer in a way that you will watch a movie of theirs because of the studio.
Right.
I
Right.
think any other I mean, you don't watch a movie because it's from Warner Brothers. You don't watch a movie because it's a 20th Century Fox movie. But you'll watch a movie because it's a Full Moon movie, and you'll watch a movie because it's a Hammer movie.
Well,
Think
Johnny
of any other-
Hitbox, what's going on? Hey guys, I think that statement there is somewhat true, but not true because
True.
2000 on, man.
Okay. I'm talking back in the day.
Back in the day, but they've done a lot of stuff since like 2000.
If you went to Blockbuster and you saw Full Moon on the video box, you're like, all right, yeah, I'll take a chance.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any other studio besides Hammer that people would do that.
Right.
You'd see a Hammer movie, go, okay, good. And the reason for that is because you expect a certain style, a certain level of, whatever you like, horror or comedy or whatever is in that movie. You expect it to have certain things and hit certain beats.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've well, unfortunately, times have gotten tough. There aren't really video stores around anymore now that Family Video is officially going out of business. There's no video stores left unless there's some little mom and pop ones out there.
Ed Stewart, I'll get to your question really quick because he says one full moon. I like the Vampire Journals. Let me come off of that in a second, but let me thank my Patreons really quick. If you guys go to Patreon/The Late Late Horror Show, you can support us there. Join. There's perks. And let me tell you what I got up there. I'm uploading every single old-time radio show I have in my collection is going up there, and you guys will have access to that. You already have access to that if you're a Patreon right now. It's all going up there slowly but surely. I added a whole mess more today. For very little, you can go over to support and have access to listen to that anytime you want. R-rated show, the newest, our newest Patreon. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. But yeah, if you go to Patreon, that's one way to support. Or you can just type in Patreon and then in the search bar type in The Late Late Horror Show, or go to the link below the description. You can also join the channel, and you get highlighted stuff, little badges, icons. It's another way to support our channel. It's right below the video here. I know people hate me saying that stuff, but it's what keeps the channel going and keeps us wanting to. Well, I always want to do stuff. We have fun on the channel.
People hate that.
What's that?
Why would
Well, people hate having you ask for support to do what you like, but there's a lot of stuff I'd love to do on this channel, and we're starting to do it finally with support and help from all of you guys and stuff like that. There's other things in the hopper, but with support is when little films come out and little shorts and things like that we can put money into and do on the show and release.
I've thought about it for years. It's just finding the time and resources to do it.
Yeah, so I don't mean to push it all the time, but those are ways you guys can support us, as well as the super chats. It always goes into the helping us out and stuff like that. So that I just want to get that out of the way really quick.
Also mention, your radio show collection's pretty vast. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to find anybody else that's got more. If you stuff, and evidently thousands of people do.
Yeah, no, and I just posted on the Patreon, that you'll have, if you join the Patreon and you love the old time radio shows, you'll have enough to listen to for the rest of your life. You have access to every folder of every show and every episode and every folder. It's just a fantastic thing. So that's me giving you guys everything that I've collected, and I've got over, I don't know how many years, 20 years, whatever, that I've collected.
You're able to get these things from your uncle. And actually, even, I think you legit bought some, like, back in the day, like in the
how people collect things, you know what I mean? But getting back to Ed Stewart, what you said with the Vampire Journals.
Journals.
Well, the thing, like this movie, there was some special effects in this Blade, the Iron Cross, where the zombie-looking people looked pretty good makeup-wise and stuff like that, but didn't do anything for the story, the acting, the movie. But then you go back in the day and you look at the Subspecies series. There wasn't a whole lot to that movie. There was storyline. There was little shadows here and there, and then you got Radu. What's that?
Atmosphere. A lot of atmosphere, a lot of great settings.
Yes.
Because those, I think Vampire Journals as well was filmed abroad in Eastern Europe. And I mean, God, you watch those first couple of Subspecies movies, it's like, my God,
Oh, Subspecies series, all of them, even the Vampire Journals, probably my favorite out of the entire Full Moon franchise. My favorite. I don't know what that...
Definitely good.
Yeah. And Sean says, what about Canon Films? LOL, they made the best B movies.
That's the one I forgot. He brings up a good point. Now, I didn't necessarily seek out Canon Films like I did. I definitely did Full Moon, and I've basically seen anything of Hammer that I want to see. But yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, that's one I didn't really think of, or I mean, or maybe it's looked back on now that way, like all the great movies. I don't know if people sought those out then when they were...
I don't know. Yeah.
But definitely Full Moon. Like, if you saw Full Moon on there and you were familiar with their stuff, you're like, okay, I'll try this one out.
They're already going off on stuff. So before I can get to it, just let me sum up real quick, and it'll take a couple minutes here. Celtic Girl has arrived. I'll get to your what you're saying there in a second. Nice to see you here, Celtic Girl. But to sum this up, this movie really, it's everything about it was bad. Except for the special, like the makeups, effects were okay, but everything from the sets, the green screen that you seen on there, you could see the outline of the people. Blade wasn't in the movie all that much, and that's what you want to. 5 minutes, yeah. 5 minutes. And when they
character.
And what did you like about he ran and it looked so terrible? They just did. The special effects, the green screen was done so terribly in this movie that I can't believe that Charles Band gave the go-ahead after watching this and said, okay, let's go ahead. Because that was just so terrible. The little ray gun thing that they were shooting out was terrible. The actors, the concept, the moods, the rooms. I can't say... It didn't even feel like the 40s, Ted. It didn't feel like you were in that World War II era.
This is the problem with really come.
I'm done. I'm done.
So basically, when these were announced, you saw, Iron Cross. Okay, you knew it was going to have something to do with Nazis.
Badass.
All it really ended up doing was continuing the story of the last three movies, which aren't that great. And I think they've done the Nazi thing to death. I mean...
Nissa!
Puppet Master 3 was fine. That was enough Nazis. I didn't need any more Nazis after that. That was a great, origin story of everything, and it, explained a lot of things. And
I'll get to the chat.
The last three movies haven't been that great. And instead of doing a standalone story of Blade, which is what everybody wants, you want to see that little puppet running around cutting people up.
Oh, yeah!
And they give
more than 5 minutes.
I mean, quite frankly, I don't know. Have you seen the last three movies, The Axis Evil, or have you seen those?
I haven't seen the last two.
Okay, so then if you haven't seen the last two, then you don't even understand the whole thing that's going on.
Right. Rick Thomas, what's going on?
But like, for instance, what's her nuts? The psychic one. I can't even remember her name. She was in the last movie.
Right.
And, you don't really understand everything that's going on with, what the Nazis are up to, and they're here in America and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that just kind of stinks that it's just a continuation of that series. And again, you've got your title character who's, when he's in it, it's cool, but he's only in it for about 5 minutes. And that's a big jip. You almost think, well, this is a whole other movie, but there's Blade for a little bit. I think, unfortunately, this whole Nazi storyline they're doing it's been the downfall of the series.
I think the erotics, between Blade and Tanya Fox in this movie was kind of, kept me watching it. Otherwise, I may have shut it off even and said, screw it.
It's almost like it was another
But
movie about something else, and it's got a little bit of Blade in it. And half the time he's in it, all he's doing is turning his head and looking.
you betcha, Rick.
You know?
Okay, you know what? There's not much more to say about this movie, man. It sucked, and for the
pretty disappointing. Not the worst in the series, because Legacy will always be the worst because it's not really a movie; it's a big jip.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I think the Puppet Master series stops being fun after Part 5.
Yeah.
The first 3 are gold. I rented those ad nauseam.
They're gold, Jerry. They're gold.
They're gold, Jerry. Gold. And 4 and 5 are fun. There's lots of puppet action. There's different characters. There's Decapitron and you get.
I want to see puppets.
And it doesn't really have anything to do with the other story. I mean, the continuity in these movies is almost as bad as Highlander.
Yeah.
And it's Highlander bad.
No, yeah.
And I've apologized for them a lot, and I think I'm just not going to. I mean, hell, I even bought that big Puppet Master trunk. All right, I mean, yeah, I gave Charles Band like $200, and just that big damn trunk.
Hey, I know.
But I'm not going to be buying this movie. I'm not squeezing that one in the box.
Right.
I wasn't even a big fan of the little reboot they did. I mean, but that was still better than this. And the only reason I don't like the reboot so much is that scene where Tunneler goes up inside the pregnant lady and out the belly. And I just thought it was really that was just a little much for me.
Honestly, anything Puppet Master related, like this Blade, like they were trying to do here, you have to involve the puppets a lot more. You just have to.
That's what people want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to say except that. I mean, you can't put a naked woman in there and just say, there, this will keep them going. It's not all about that.
But I want a little bit more for my money nowadays.
Well, right. So it kind of really gets me. I'm disappointed to the point that, man, I'm the hope that this new subspecies movie is going to be good. Is fell down big time, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
The production crew, it's the original director, the screenwriters. It's a story they've had in their minds. It's the original actors. I have hope that one will be better.
Let's hope they put all their efforts into that movie, because although you would think Blade, is a big Puppet Master's a big part of their Full Moon franchises, so I don't know.
It's the face of the Full
right.
Moon.
And
you
look
put that face on there, and everybody knows who that is.
And look what they did with it. Yeah, so
it's a very I mean, it's a serviceable film. I mean, if they probably should have just made another Puppet Master movie and included the other puppets a little bit more instead of trying to make a Blade spinoff that doesn't really have Blade in it very much.
Right. And they open up the trunk and you see a couple other characters and then close it and that's it. Very disappointing. And we did do, when I put up a review, a lot of times it's something we haven't seen, and we almost changed.
Jumping at the bit that says, remember we were searching for ways to watch it, and or wasn't there even an issue if you joined if you tried to get a trial of the Full Moon streaming service? I think you couldn't watch it the first week or something like that, which is the free week you got. And it was kind of hard to get your hands on it for a while. And then I happened to notice it's on Tubi, where you can watch it for free. It's probably where a lot of you guys have watched it if you bothered.
Right.
Let me get all the Puppet Master movies. Now they just have those last 3 and this one.
Yeah. So I apologize for the short review, but we're going to get to the chat and we'll spur on some other talk. And you know what I'm also figuring on doing in the future here too on Tuesdays with Ted, if things go like this and stuff like that, I'm looking at ways that I could send out a link so that anybody can join if they want to and be part of the show and just go and talk and just have some fun with us. So I'm looking at that in the future here, maybe next week, who knows. But Celtic Girl says all these new movies are crap. All I do is is research and find out about the best vintage movies and where to watch them. These filmmakers don't seem to hold a cradle to the original masters. Garbage. 100% agree, Celtic Girl. That is what our channel talks about all the time. We do get some good movies, you know, but very rare and
there's
few
been a
and far
few good
between.
ones, you know, in the last few years, but not many that have
right.
find their way onto my movie shelf.
Exactly. And speaking of Dave Pluface's, speaking of Hammer movies, we should have a show of the top babes in horror movies. Not bad.
Mine, yeah. Let's go. Go, big man.
Nissa Luna, evening everybody. I watched Blade Iron Cross earlier. It felt like fan fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, I mean, and you're right. There were the zombie effects were pretty good. I don't know what.
Amy, what's going on?
I like that guy that had the mask on with the almost like the gas mask thing.
It was like a kind of a steampunk look going.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had in Blade the Iron Cross. We're talking about, guys.
That was a cool character.
Let's see. Ted, get down right. Surgical with the reviews. Well done, sir, says Rick Thomas.
Sing it right up.
Dan, of course. William Castle was my favorite B movie horror director.
Now, see, he's good because, you know, he made it fun. You know, he did the little gimmicks with the theaters. And, I mean...
It was hokey, cheesy, and fun for the day.
And I wish we could go back to those days and learn something, you know, or not learn something, but experience those, you know, like House on a Haunted Hill with the skeletons flying through the theater, or the Tingler with, you know, certain seats, you know, wired to buzz. I mean, how fun would that be? There's
a lot of things like that I want to film and recreate and do if I ever get to that point on this channel. Like I said,
forget 3D, man. Bring that back.
Yeah, no, it's the old stuff. Going back to the old stuff, which is, you know, everybody in the chat right now, you guys are all people came over, I think. I don't know if you guys all came over from the old time radio shows. I don't know if you guys were here prior to that, when me and Ted were just doing reviews once a week. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious how many have been here before, other than Dave Plouffe. I know Dave Plouffe's been here a long time. Celtic Girl has. But yeah, the group of people we got here, you know, like I said, all of you guys, too many to name. Rick, Bob, Nissa, Amy, Dan, Nissa. Yeah, you guys are all there. You guys all know what I'm talking about. What did they say here? They were talking to Vincent Price. Where's it at? William Castle always rules. The puppets are the story. Ed says, yes, they are. 100%. Let's see. Black Devil Dow. So on PC.
That's not a full moon movie, but
yeah.
I think it's like,
is that the one?
It was ages ago.
Is that the one you wanted me to watch, or are they talking something else?
No. I was talking about us doing a show on Ooga Booga.
Okay, yeah, a full moon movie, yeah.
Black Devil Doll. You can
Tiger Man
for it. I think it was sort of like a independently made one. Someone will know out there.
Yeah,
we're seeing when I was into all the puppet movies.
Right. I think Dave Plouffe, where was it? He said something about Vincent Price and the Muppets, and Vincent Price also did something in where was it? I lost track here.
Yeah, Vincent Price was on the first season of the Muppet Show.
Yeah. Celtic Girl, I think that may be the scariest one I have ever seen. I am searching for every Karen Black film now. Trilogy of Terror.
Oh, yeah. One we haven't gotten to. There's a little doll movie.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten to that movie. Yeah. Dave Plouffe, I'm so old. I am from Talking Art Bell podcast. That's right, Dave. He goes back to when I first started this channel. Back in not this channel, another channel, like about 5 years ago, somewhere around there.
Yep.
I just jumped on 5 years ago, guys. I just jumped on the internet, found YouTube. Prior to that, okay, if you look at our first videos, prior to that, I knew nothing about YouTube. Didn't watch it. Didn't even know there was a platform for it. But something caught my attention when I was doing the Art Bell thing on Facebook. It was just Art Bell's a paranormal talk show host who did overnights, and I listened to him every night. Even got on a couple times to talk to him. It was pretty cool. But it's a group still out there, Paranormal Into the Night. Where everybody's still. Nisa is over there who mods that group, and anything paranormal is up there. And Dave Plouffe was started over there, and he's been with me ever since. But it kind of maneuvered over to, hey Ted, you want to talk about horror movies?
I still remember that.
And let me tell you guys how we started it, because some of you guys may not have heard. And I'll catch up to the chat. Everybody's going off real quick. So from that, I did some shows, paranormal shows, with some guests from the group and stuff like that. Then I talked to Ted, said, let's review some horror movies on YouTube. I had an iPad at the time, 5 years ago. I had an iPad. And what we did was we talked about The Island of Dr. Moreau. A great first one, right?
Souls, yeah.
Yeah, the early one, the black and white version. That was a Val Newton, right, Ted?
Not Val Luton, but
no. Okay.
Code.
I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah. But we literally sat in a room, turned the iPad upside down so it was blackened, and just talked into it.
Yeah.
With it down.
Yeah.
And just started talking about the movie. It was a fantastic podcast. I mean, it was a great rant talk, right, Ted?
Yeah.
We had a lot of stuff to talk about. But then we moved on to a couple videos later, or the next video. We set it up and we said we'll do video. And it's just us, the iPad pointed up at us in like a bad angle. And I think then we added one figure, two figures, maybe two figures and a poster.
Well, you see the evolution.
Oh yeah, through our channel from the first video on, you see the evolution of like us doing this, and then hell, come Halloween this past year with COVID, going on, I started up old time radio shows overnight, and we double what we did in subscribers in that shorter period of time. So all the great
find a group of people that actually likes the stupid old stuff that we like.
Yeah,
love.
Oh my god,
struggle. Doing a horror channel with a bunch of younger people that are into newer horror films, and nobody was really digging what we liked. And
there were some.
We had a group, but
yeah,
seems like now we got a better group.
Hey, I love everybody who's stuck around and still watches everything, but also loves what we're doing now and the stuff we're going to do in the future. There's a lot of plans on the table, and if we can get the support and get up to that point, there's a lot on the bed, man. Let me catch up real quick in the chat. Let's see. Amy Callahan, who's a newer person I just met on here and part of the chat every night, and she's listening to these shows overnight all the time too. Teacher, props to you. I remember my first 3D creature from the Black Lagoon.
Took my daughter a revival of that a few years ago. For a while, I was the only kid there, and then finally one other family came in that had kids, and that was good 3D, by the way.
Yes.
3D. That was good 3D.
Very good 3D. Oh, yeah.
There's hand coming out. Oh, yeah.
Three Stooges did great 3D, too. That that's the birthday cake.
What?
When the Three Stooges went into the 3D stuff, it's like there was that short little period there where they were throwing everything, man.
That's right.
Pencils, knives, cakes.
When it's done correctly, it's awesome.
I know.
But yeah, Black Lagoon in the original 3D, I can't watch it that way at home, unfortunately.
Right.
But in the theater, it's awesome.
Rick Thomas, we are all in good company. Awesome people here. Yes. I wish we had a better movie and me and Ted may get back to watching, doing a watch along with you guys and just like commentaries again through the whole movie. We used to do that too, and people been asking for that, Ted. So
gold nuggets came from.
The
gold nuggets you talk about, like when people didn't stay the whole time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and
middle of
me
a
and
movie, something stupid would happen.
and me and Ted would just go off and we'd laugh for like 15, 20 minutes. But anyways, let's see. Celtic Girl, we all came over from the chat to see if Ted's son will hijack his YouTube account
Yeah,
again.
I'm surprised. He must be sleeping. He's got school tomorrow. I don't see him in there. He's usually in there.
Yeah. No, it's Celtic Girl. Check out Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. Yeah. Let's see. I'm a little
Pretty
behind.
much about everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah. Devil Doll was almost soft porn, says Rick Thomas. Black
You
serial
watch the
killer.
trailer, dude. You'll see.
Get executed and comes back into a pimped out. Yeah, no, I know what that movie is. I haven't seen it, I don't think, though. But Amy Callahan, I remember Karen Black from the second Airport movie, right? Airport, that was a made-for-TV movie, wasn't it, Ted?
No, they did a few airport movies. I think.
Okay.
No, I think those were. I think those were theatrical releases.
Okay.
I think so.
Bob Gable, I was watching His Kind of Woman, Robert Mitchum, Jane Russell, Vincent Price, great. Yeah, you know what, Bob, and that's what I love about all you guys, man. You guys all love this old Hollywood, the golden age, stuff that me and Ted really dig and we get into too, man. So it's been great. Sean, just found your channel a few weeks ago from Old Time Radio Shows. Yeah, no, there's a lot of you. There's a good 7,000 of you guys. So you guys are out there. Mostly listen. Johnny Hitbox, he's been here. He's been here since Horror Movie Review Guy was just starting. Yeah, no, Johnny Hitbox. I remember you probably commented on one of our first early videos. So no, I remember you. You've been around since the beginning too. Celtic Girl, I've only seen her in a horror so far. Amy, Art Bell is missed, says Rick Thomas. Yes, he is. I got an Art Bell Classic page on Facebook too. I've got way too many things here going on. But let's see. Oh boy, jumped ahead. Here's a link to Art Bell Archives, a lot of great shows. Oh, thank you, Dave Plouffe, Sharon. Celtic Girl, Dino, and Ted have unique chemistry together. Well, we've been friends forever and best friends, so there you go. Greg McKeown came across you guys last year when I searched for Vamp movie reviews. Was looked with your style straight away. He liked our style straight away, loving the old time radio shows, but have missed you guys doing reviews together. Yeah, no, we're back at it. We may be doing this right now. There he is. But he will be here doing live.
So I can come over.
Yeah. So, yeah, glad you're enjoying them too.
My big lump finally went down.
Oh, geez, yeah. Jason did a 3D movie. Yes, he did. Friday the 13th. Amy Callahan, going to be honest, I've been searching for that moving eye. Hey, I've got a treat for you guys on the Vincent Price stream tonight. Look for the eye, but look for something else. You'll notice it right off the bat as soon as the stream starts, but it's pretty cool. Above the fireplace, Ed. Above the fireplace. I've got something, man. Okay, let me try to get caught up really quick. Be right back. My food delivery is here, says Celtic Girl. Oh, she's got food delivery. Dan is also a big fan of Art Bell. That's awesome. Yeah, you know what?
Listen to Art Bell became a fan of Art Bell. You know.
Oh,
it's just
God.
You got to introduce him to people.
He was so unique, so unique.
Well, what I liked about him is that he didn't let crap go like some of the other hosts would. He zero in on that question and really try to pin them down. And if they wouldn't give an answer, then he kind of knew they were full of it.
Yeah. Oh, we got Lynn. Lynn is in the house. JLR. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. I'm trying to get caught up to the chat here. Remember the pilot flew out of the window. Charlton Heston saved them all in airport. I don't remember. Yeah, Lynn, the Wax Museum with Vincent Price, fantastic. Ed Stewart, thanks, Rick. I seen it. It came still with the glasses. Let's see. The new guy is okay. Art Bell is the best. I'm not a fan of George Norrie, but Amy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a new host? I don't know.
I don't. I know there was quite a few different ones that kept like revolving.
That was better than Nori. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I can't remember
Can't remember the
offhand.
names. Ian
Yeah.
Punnett.
I think Ian Punnett was one. I enjoyed him a little bit better than George Norrie, but yeah. Friday the 13th.
Richard Hoagland run the whole thing.
Right. Oh, Richard Hoagland. Yeah. They should have had him take over, but there was a little tiff between him. Monster fan, what is going on? Nice to see you in the chat. Hail, all good to see Ted in full recovery mode with a new t-shirt on. Yeah.
To sell.
Hey Ted,
I
what's
feel
your...
pretty much back in...
Yeah.
Someone asked what this says.
Yeah, what's the tat say?
Well, it's my wife's name, but it's we both like the band Him, so it's a heartagram, not a pentagram. It's a heartagram, but hers has butterfly wings with my name on it, and mine's
Butterfly wings.
Fire and Ice.
Cool. Amy Callahan, Friday the 13th flicks. I dressed up as a dead counselor for a Halloween party one year. Did an old 1980s t-shirt. That's awesome, Amy. That's pretty cool.
That's what we got to do, an 80s Halloween party, 80s horror movie Halloween party.
Yeah.
And tease their hair up and get naked.
Amy Callahan says the picture. Yeah, there's something up there. Goes with tonight's stream overnight. So Ed Stewart, LOL, Dino, can't wait to see the fireplace. Yeah, no, you'll like how I did it. It's pretty cool. Dave Plouffe, yes, Art would also never make fans of believing in the UFO ghost. He was kind of a skeptic. I don't know.
He's pretty open-minded about things, too, because he'd experienced some things as well.
Yeah.
It's just he knew his stuff.
Yep.
And, I think he was pretty intuitive about who was BSing him and who wasn't.
Right. Oh no, he and I think he played into the people who like were goofing with them and like the Area 51 line. I even called in to the vampire. Search up Art Bell vampire, okay? And if you see the big vampire-looking guy face on there when he did Midnight in the Desert, it's on YouTube. The guy who calls up on the Lost My Mind line, who got bit by a bat and turned kind of into a vampire. That's me. Sounds exactly like the Area 51 caller. That was me who called in and talked to Art Bell. I talked to him the night before. But anyways, that's all I'll say. Give it a check. It's so funny and something I'll always remember.
But those shows were supposed to be. I mean, you knew you were going to get a lot of crackpots or people like Dino, and but you might get that one. Like even in the Area 51 calls, that one guy that called, and I mean, everybody remembers that one call.
I wish so much. See, next week, you guys, I wish so much I can bring you into the video. It's a simple link that I'll put in the chat, and you guys click it. If you're on your phone or your laptop, it just brings you right in with video and sound, and you can talk and everything with us. I can't wait to do that. I got to set that up for next week. It would be very cool to do and share everything with you guys. Bob Gable says that's what I used to fall asleep to. Now it's the Late Horror Show every night. He says, "Yeah, same here."
You have one, at least you got the other.
Exactly. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it, man. You guys are all.
George Knapp, I forgot about him.
Yeah, George Knapp was good.
That was another good host that probably would have been. I don't know. I just feel like George doesn't nail anybody down.
No, he doesn't. He's
always, like I was always doing, like when Art's back was out, and it was always as soon as you heard George's voice, went oh man, you turn it off.
Right. Ed says 80s Halloween parties, good times. They're back in the day. Oh heck yeah. This is Dino's Art Bell segment. There you go. Dave Plouffe put a link in there. Thank you very much. A little embarrassed probably of the quality of that probably, but thank you. It was early on.
Before I did. Anybody would find it that fast.
Yeah, good job there, Dave. Oh my God. Ed, I still do 80s horror marathon every Halloween, says Rick Thomas. Ed, the thing let me tell you, Ed's a big creature feature guy. Me and Ted, we're big horror host guys. And what I'm trying to set up here right now, I'm getting things, but this is things I'd like to, with the support of the channel, with the Patreon and the join button and everything else. In the works is a horror host show. I'm not going to give away anything yet of who I am. I've already got my outfit, and Kelsey's going to have her outfit and who she's going to be. So that's just a sneak peek of what we got planned, and that's coming up soon. I've got a backdrop. It's going to be different than this, and I'm excited for that too. That's pretty cool because Kelsey's a writer. She's been in movies, all that other cool stuff. She knows what she's doing. So between the two of us, we're putting something really cool together. So that's what you got to look forward to. Man, you guys are going off in the chat, man. Right. It's hard to keep up. But it's, love the band HIIM Ted, the singer.
Oh,
What's that?
Girl. She's talking about the band that my tattoo's from.
Gotcha.
Now what you would like, hon, is my sister. My little sister is also a huge fan. She has on her arm a portrait of him.
Yeah.
It's a picture she found in a magazine where he's got a razor blade in his mouth, and I can't go anywhere with her where she doesn't get complimented on that.
Oh, hey, Vicky.
Just like the picture. And she's got a bunch of other him-related tattoos, like the coffin on the funeral hearts on the back, and some cartogram on the wrist and stuff. But I know that cost her a bit of money. That it was a really nice portrait. The eyes, especially, are really good.
Oh, I bet. Hey, Vicky Alcorn says, "Nice to see you, Ted." She was one that was always praying there along, making sure you're doing good.
Thank you. I'm sure you helped me get better, all of you. I feel almost, I basically feel 100%, back to where I was. And some people still have shortness of breath. Some people, still can't taste after this long. I'm pretty much back to normal. So thank you.
Greg McCown says the same thing. Hopefully I'm saying your last name fine, McCown. Great to see Ted looking and sounding well again, and hearing you were having a tough time. Yeah. Thank you all.
Matter of fact, one of my coworkers, her son is 32 years old, and he's a big power lifter, and he's laid up in the hospital. I'm just thinking it's about the same thing I had, and it's no joke. Like him can die, and
no, it's if it hits the wrong person at the right time.
seems like the eyes are just.
My diabetic cat is scratching at the door to try to get in over there. My 3-legged diabetic black cat.
You lost a leg due to diabetes, right?
No. Unfortunately not. Fortunately, well, whatever. He lost
to get another POC.
He lost it as a kitten. It has nothing to do with the diabetes, but my cat has diabetes. Rick Thomas says, Tiger Man. That is a good voice. Thanks for the link. Let's see. Rick Thomas. Growing up in Chicago, we had a son. We had Son of Svengali and Creature Features every Sunday. Oh my God!
Svengoolie that's on MeTV now, because
that's Svengoolie.
We do have Svengoolie.
Yeah.
He's older, so I presume that's him.
And we have The Mummy and the Monkey on Facebook. So there you go. They do fun stuff. They really do. Check them out. The Mummy and the Monkey.
Son of still goes to conventions and things, but I don't know if he's still on television.
Yeah.
He's out of Akron, and we don't always get those channels.
Yeah, it's going by so quick. I don't even. Nissa Luna says Monster Squad. A great movie. Loved it. We did a commentary on that. Full commentary. Yeah. Rick Thomas. Nissa kick him in the nards.
In the nards. Wolfman's got nards.
Abbott and Costello monster movies. Love them, Amy. Meets Frankenstein is the best. You get Vincent Price at the very end there. But I enjoyed The Mummy. I enjoyed them all. So Abbott and Costello are one of my favorite comedy teams. Of course, me and Ted. Lauren Hardy, Abbott and Costello, Marx Brothers.
You're the bigger fan of that than I am, but
of Abbott and Costello, you mean?
Yes, and I don't know why. I love all the classic comedy, but for some reason, They don't tickle my funny bone the way that Laurel and Hardy or the Marx Brothers or the Stooges or. I can't tell you why.
Yeah. I just fell in love with the duo, man, and
Hmm?
yeah, Abbott and Costello, man, something about him. Ed Stewart, he's Abbott and Costello, all the time. So there you go.
Hey,
Let's
old
see.
comic, I can't complain.
Yep. Lynn says Creature Features with Bob Wilkinson in the 1970s. Yes, fantastic.
Super host on. We have Big Chuck and Little John on Friday nights and super host on Saturdays. And Saturdays, I don't think I even saw the sun. I mean,
Hold that ghost. Yes, that is a fantastic. That may be or my favorite Abbott and Costello movies are Hold That Ghost and Who Done It. When Abbott falls into the the recorders, it's fantastic. Oh my God, I can't get enough of it. Sorry, Ted.
no problem.
Going on with the chat because we had a crappy movie this week, so I'm just talking with you guys
I've
until
got goodies to show towards the end here, if you like. So
okay, let's get to that real quick. Creature Features. Okay, you said that 2020 was rough, Rick, but luckily 2021 we have each other. Exactly. Got a great group of people here. Vicky, I have 2 black cats, Dino. They're the best. Yeah, no, I had one. It's an interesting story. Before this one, which we got 9 years ago, I had a black cat before that named Azrael. And he died on me, but he was so close to me. He would cuddle up between my legs on the bed every single night at bedtime. And after he passed away, swear to God, people, for at least a month after that, sounds weird, and skeptics, he would jump up on the bed. I could feel it, and you could feel him walk to the back of my legs, and I could feel him in the inside of my leg where he lays. I felt it every night for a month. It was one of the paranormal experiences I've had in my life that I'm like going, how weird is this? I took it in. It was fantastic. There's the story, but that's a true story. Loved it. Bob Gable, I love Sven Gulli. Oh my Dino, just listen to your Art Bell appearance.
Right.
Did you take drama classes in school? Did you hear it, Dan? I telling you, man, that was me, and I think I did do a pretty dang good job. Like I said, I talked to Art the night before, but anyways, this was when he was going downhill with the Midnight in the Desert on the internet and stuff like that. It wasn't working out too well for him, but tried to get some stuff going. And that was awesome. But hey, yes, my acting. Once the horror hosted show, which the name is there too, we get to it, it's going to be fun. You're going to see some stuff, even some short flicks. Let's see, where am I at? Let's see, Abbott Costello, Who Done It is the best. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to go up. Don't forget the Bowery Boys. Yep, you like the Bowery Boys, right, Ted?
sure do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Favorite Bowery Boys? Spooksman Wild? No. I might try.
They did their own movies after a while, but back in the what were they? They were the Dead End Kids at first, right?
Yeah, like the Cagney movie.
Yeah, and that's like when you watch like Angels with Dirty Faces.
Yes.
That's the perfect mix. So,
which, hey, look forward to that, you guys. Going through my old time radio shows, I'm finding some fantastic, episodes, man. I just put up The Birds, Ted.
The Birds.
The Birds.
Like dramatization of The Birds.
Daphne du Maurier, yeah. They did an adaptation in the 40s of The Birds, and it's fantastic.
Is that before the movie? That's before the.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Before the movies, like 20 years before.
Right.
So,
okay.
Alfred Hitchcock grabs from books and novels and
a story before that. I
yeah.
don't know the history of the Birds too well. So.
Yeah, fantastic. And I came across a lot of the James Cagney movies. I'll be putting up, I think, Angels with Dirty Faces tomorrow. Yeah, they did a radio version of that too.
Cat be in that one?
Yes, he is.
That was cool. You got the actors to do those things back then.
They did. Well, because radio was a big deal back in the day. You know, they would recreate these for the people who did not have TV or couldn't go to the movies. You know, now everybody's got streaming, whatever. But back in the day, people sitting in front of their radios in the 40s was a big deal. You know what I mean?
I so up on some of these shows you put up.
Yeah, check them out, Ted. You know, some of these are great. Cat, what are you doing?
At them but you know, just finding the time to listen to them.
Here's the other cat. He's just jumped right on the table.
What?
Because Ted's not here.
New co-host. Yeah, they know to stay away from me.
Yeah. There it is. There's the cat on screen. Amy Callahan, when my kids would walk the dog around the neighborhood, the line of cats would follow them. I blame the whole Transylvania ancestry now. That's awesome, Amy. What a cool thing. Dave Buffet, Dino, you also need to tell your leprechaun story. Oh, that still freaks me out.
Oh, no.
Loved my black cat. Lived 19 years, says Ed Stewart. Wow. Bowery Boys is great, says Amy. Wasn't it weird that Azrael from the Smurfs was named after demons? Azrael, Rick Thomas says. Yeah. Let's see. Monster Man says, was Pat O'Brien in the radio version? Hey, Cat, what are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Because Ted's not here, you're going to interrupt the show? Come on.
Your cat's away from me. Your dog wants to tear me apart.
You know what? Pat O'Brien, I'd have to look. I'm not sure. I know James Cagney is. I didn't listen all the way through. I'm going to listen as I put it up tomorrow. But we'll check it out. It'll be up tomorrow, that's for sure. The Birds is great, Vicky Alcorn says. Azeel, wasn't that almost the character Kevin Smith movie with Ben, Will, Chris, Rock? The name is escaping me.
Oh, it's Dogma.
Dogma, yeah, there you go. Ed Stewart says, Spooks Runs Wild meets The Monsters, Spook Chasers, Ghost on the Loose, Good Bowery Boys horror comedy. Yes, all of those. So there you go, yeah. I guess I could tell that leprechaun story really quick if you want me to. The other paranormal thing that happened to me, and again, this one I chalk up to as probably just me being young and my mind just playing tricks on me. But I remember it feeling real, being real, whatever. But me and my uncle, who we were the same age, my grandmother and mother had a child the same time. So we grew up together and we did everything together. And I don't know how old we were at the time, 9, 10, 11, old enough to know better. But we always played games in the back room of where my grandmother lived at the time. And we were just shooting these quarters to see who would get closest to the wall from like 15 feet away. And over to the left was the bathroom, okay? And what ended up happening was my uncle said, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "See what?" And in the back of the house was it was all forest too, which was another weird thing, but doesn't make me believe it now anymore. You know, I'm a skeptic. I am. But it's hard to refute what I've seen. But he said, "Did you see it?" So, so we just sat there staring over there because he said, "I seen what looked like, not a leprechaun, Dave. It was a gnome looking. It was a gnome. I don't know how to say it except it was a gnome." He said it had a red hat on, a green jacket, and he peeked around the corner, my uncle said, and I'm like going, okay, so we sat there and we looked and we watched and we waited. I told you this, Ted, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, I had to have. Of course I did.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and and I'm looking and I look over and I seen it dart its head out again. And I freaked out. I'm like, holy hell, you got to be kidding me. What the hell was that? So me and my uncle, we were on edge, and we were just standing there going, and we're not sure whether to get close or not. And right after that, it poked its head again to get a clear enough image. And this thing was only 6, 7 inches, something like that. And as it darted and looked out from the corner real quick, it took off and ran like behind where the toilet was, like around towards the door. Really, with a red hat on and standing up straight.
Like it's a little gnome from that movie Amelie.
Ted, there was no debating it, and it ran behind there, and that was the last we seen. And we went in there after that, after about 5 minutes, because we were waiting to see if we seen anything else move and stuff. And we didn't see anything. But for weeks, man, we were looking for that thing afterwards, and it freaked us out. A gnome. I mean, hey, I'm looking at you guys now going, do I believe that happened? At the time, memories fade over years, you know what I mean? But I remember that being... How can you not say, hey, what we're seeing is real? I don't know. The paranormal is so bizarre and so intriguing that I don't know what I seen. But
maybe somebody in the neighborhood had one of those little spider monkeys or something, and it got loose.
No, but Ted, that's the thing. It was so vivid. It was a person, a gnome. There was no like. It looked like. No, it was that. You know what I mean? That's the thing that freaks me out. And even to this day,
story. I love it.
Oh, I love the story too. It's fantastic. But one that I'll never forget, man.
Good skit. We should do that.
Yeah, that recreate that
statue from the the store and.
Oh my God. Johnny Hitbox. I had a fairy crawl up the side of my mom's bed when I was around 7 years old in 1989. It was a scary night. Very cool.
People experience these things. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
What did it look like? A person? Says Bob Gable. I prefer genuine affection, Dan. I'm not sure what was going on there. Let's see. Dan, hi Celtic girl, try feeding the cats. They may respond better to you. Okay, something must have been going. Sorry, lost the chat. Bob Gable, don't tell anyone else that story, says Bob Gable. I keep it to myself.
Yeah.
And all of you, anybody listening. Oh my God. Ed Stewart says, that's funny, Dino. I was a special one people that saw strange things like that. It's interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what to say. There's another story, but I've done a whole show on that in my paranormal thing and stuff. I'll maybe get to it eventually again.
Is that the one that sat next to you at the movie theater with the bucket of popcorn? Told you to get in there and grab the Snickers bar.
Yeah, grab some there popcorn there, son. Yeah, see? Let's see.
There's a Snickers bar in there for you.
Amazing story. Thanks for telling it again. It says Dave Buffet. Oh, yeah, sure, man. It's always fun talking about it. It's got to be earned, CG. Let's see. That is fab. Nissaluna, I believe you. A friend of mine says if a leprechaun knocks on your door, you are supposed to feed it in order to make it go away. Interesting. Folklore. There's plenty of folklore, man, out there. So
comes from somewhere, I guess. So.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll work on that.
Shit.
Monster fan. Fantastic story. I have a bunch of Fairy Gnome, etc. books, but you are the first I heard from from the lips of someone. Yeah. No, yeah. What would you feed them, Nissa? What would you feed a leprechaun? Bob Gable, my brother convinced.
What for cereal?
Right, my brother convinced me the son of Sam was in the backyard in the 70s. That's awful.
Son of Sam.
Spaghetti, says Nissaluna. That's mean, Bob. Amy says that's bad. Vicky Alcourt, Nissa, I would air the spaghetti, haha. Lynn, gnomes are mischievous but perfect for your home. Yes. Okay, I'm stuttering. I'm bad at reading because you know what? I should have my cheaters on to read, but I don't. So Lucky Charms, everyone knows that.
Just like us.
Okay. So before we end up, you know what, Ted? Let's I'm going to end this right now, you guys, and I'm going to go over to Patreon. And we're going to do Ooh, now the Don. It's true. He shows up. The Don. What is up, my friend? I think me and Ted are going to record something else right now for the Patreon page.
With just a few of my Christmas presents.
Yeah, I want to put
my movie shelf.
I want to get something up on the Patreon over there with me and Ted. We usually do something up there every week too. On top of it, videos over on Patreon. So I think we'll end this here now. And I'll look forward to talking to most of you guys on the stream overnight tonight. Really quick, Johnny Hitbox says the fairy climbing the side of the bed was about the size of a small G.I. Joe. Yeah. I swear I was awake too. There were other things going on in the room that night too. There was a cartoon boy too. You know the funny thing? Ed Stewart says you feed a leprechaun the golden ticket. Start Vincent Price, says Bob Gable. I will at 11, okay? So 11 o'clock I'm going to start that stream. So it's going to give me time to video something, another video for Patreon with Ted, and then I'll start that. I'll be on time at 11 to start that stream.
Days are late, right?
Hey, I got stories galore, man. Even my grandmother as a child. My grandparents, for some reason, were always in a haunted house, and they were always surrounded. For some reason, it always followed them everywhere. And my grandmother remembers being a kid seeing the devil hovering over her sister.
And you telling me that story.
That story was, and he was red with the dark goatee.
Some spirit following them.
Yeah. Oh my God. One night we should just talk ghost stories and get on it, and maybe incorporate some ghost movies and stuff like that. But would be interesting. No, anything can go here. It's the late horror show. This one was a little off the rails. This one, but it's
not our fault. Blame Charles Band.
Yeah.
I was prepared to love this movie
for a crazy.
I was going to make a little space in my box set thing and shove it in there, but no.
Dave Plouffet says, good night all. Thanks for the show. See you, Celtic Girl, Bob Gable, Ed, Nissa Luna. Yeah, take care, Dave Plouffet, the Don. Shrooms there, magically delicious. Ed Stewart, have a good one. Thanks, Dave. Good night, Dave. Yes, ghost story night. I think that's, we'll do that eventually, because I've got a lot in the hopper. So there you go, you guys. We're going over to Patreon. We're going to do a thing there now, and I will see all of you guys really soon at 11 o'clock. So with that said, I am going to end this and see you guys then. Take care, and thank you guys all for the support.